Ladies and gentlemen, apparently Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is one of the worst Call of Duty games of all time. It is the same AI-generated slop they release every year. So these are some of the hot takes I have seen people giving out online on Black Ops 6. So in this video, we are going to take a look on these hot takes and potentially debunk them, as well as give out my personal review on Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So here we are. So firstly, the campaign. It took me around 8 to 10 hours to complete it. I did focus on the side objectives and I had my fun with it. If you're a casual gamer, it'll take you around 6 to 10 hours to complete the game. And if you're pushing it, it'll take you around 4 to 5 hours to complete the game. It is still longer than MW3's campaign by a huge margin. Talking about the story, it isn't the best, but it isn't the worst. I think Black Ops 6's campaign starts out really strong, and then gradually it just starts going bland and you're like, I have seen this one before. Why? Moving on to the zombies, I have mixed feelings about it. I think Terminus is a really good map. Liberty Balls, on the other hand, is a bit of a mixed bag. It's a good map, but it gives out Cold War vibes, and they did give it a bit of a reskin, but that didn't help it too much. And Liberty Balls is supposed to be the smaller map, but both of these maps aren't as small as you think. They're almost as big as the Outbreak maps from Cold War. That's a bit of an over-exaggeration, but these aren't small maps. So I really hope that they add small maps like Nacht der Toten or Verrückt. Unfortunately, there isn't the classic mode that was rumored to be in this one, so there is still a possibility that that might be added in Season 1 or in the future, which I really hope it does. Moving on to the multiplayer, it's the same thing as the beta, which is a really good thing. For now, the camo grind, on the other hand, is a bit stupid because literally all of the challenges are basically get 100 headshots on every weapon. And then there's the special camos, which require you to get 30 kills with sprinting and without getting shot at. And then there's the gold camos and master camos ahead. I think MW2's camo grind system was really good. And this one isn't that hard, but it's just stupid and repetitive. Overall, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 isn't a bad game. It's actually a really good Call of Duty game and has done a technological leap for Call of Duty games in the future. It's a solid 7.5 to 8.5 for me. And if you're looking for a great Call of Duty experience, I think Black Ops 6 is definitely worth a checkout. Moving back to the hot takes, a lot of people are saying that Black Ops 6 is basically Cold War reskin, which might be true, and I think is a really good thing because Cold War basically is a Black Ops 1 reskin, and Black Ops 6 is a Cold War reskin. That's good because it's Black Ops, and it isn't anything like Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4, which I think are one of the worst Call of Duty games of all time. Now, Black Ops 3 fanboys will attack me for saying the zombies was peak, but it isn't. It's basically remastered maps with a few good original maps. Keep in mind that at launch, people hated the original Black Ops 3 map. And Black Ops 3 has one of the worst Call of Duty campaigns of all time. Literally, the entire plot was train go boom. And don't get me started on that futuristic setting. And God forbid if I say anything on Black Ops 4. There's also this take that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is basically the same Call of Duty game we received back in 2023, 2022, and backwards, which is a really stupid thing because the reasoning is that it uses the same Modern Warfare engine. So firstly, Call of Duty has been using same engines for a very long time and reusing assets from previous Call of Duty games. To give an example, Call of Duty 2 and Call of Duty 4 use basically the same engine. There has been an upgrade made on that engine, but purely it's the same thing. Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies has been reusing assets for years, even Black Ops 1 Zombies and Black Ops 2 Zombies, so there's nothing new. And speaking on the fact that it's the same engine they have been using since Modern Warfare 2, I think it's a really good thing because it makes it easier for them to integrate the newer titles into the upcoming titles, and devs can stop worrying on making an upgrade on the engine, but instead they can take their time and work on more content for the game, which I think Black Ops 6 is a really great example of, and people are using MW3's example for Black Ops 6 because MW3 was supposed to be an expansion for Modern Warfare 2, but it was later determined that it wouldn't sell well if it was an expansion, so they had to release it as a standalone thing, which I really don't mind because even if it was an expansion, it would still have been $70. I mean, it's Activision. And then there's the people complaining that we don't need any new stuff, we don't need any new Call of Duty games, just remaster Black Ops 2, just give us the old maps. I mean, MW3 literally gave you all of the older maps from MW2, but a lot of people hated MW3. And a lot of people hated Ghost because the formula got stale. So if Call of Duty wants to survive, they have to adapt and bring out new innovations. Each and every entry should. And that's what Call of Duty has always been. The jump from Call of Duty 4 and World at War was quite nice to the jump to Black Ops 1. The formula was same, but there had been some major improvements. There's also some people saying that MW3 is better than Black Ops 6, which is basically absolute overhating now. The only reason you would like MW3 is either because of the movement or the multiplayer. And there's also people saying that Cold War is better than Black Ops 6, so the campaign stuff is debatable and it falls onto personal preference. Black Ops 6 has ultimately a better zombies experience and multiplayer than Cold War. And didn't people hate Cold War for not being on the new Modern Warfare engine and being a reskin of Black Ops 4? Just rewind it back in time. The COD cycle is crazy. To give a better example of this, people hated MW2 for not having slide canceling. People hated MW3 for having slide canceling. Kind of like the community doesn't know what they want. And we are partially to blame for what Call of Duty games are these days. Overall, I think Black Ops 6 is worth picking out if you're interested for a really good Call of Duty experience and just want to have fun. I am not defending Black Ops 6 because obviously I'm not getting paid by Activision. I just think it's a really good game. Better than Ghost, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, and Vanguard ultimately. Then there's people complaining that Black Ops 6 is an AI-generated game, which isn't true. So a few months ago, there was a report in which it said that Activision has used AI to generate one of its bundles in Modern Warfare 3. So they didn't specify what part of the bundle they used the AI for, but it's most likely that they used the AI to generate one of those loading screen arts that you can buy from bundles in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. I don't think AI-generated loading screen art is much of a big deal, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the entire game is made by AI. There's people complaining about omni movement as well. I've seen a lot of people say that omni movement is really fresh and really good, and I've seen a lot of people saying that, sliding and diving isn't part of Call of Duty. Keep in mind that these are the same people that hated MW2 for not having that sweaty movement. I personally really like omni movement because it's not sweaty as the MW3 movement, and I really love Max Payne. And I think this makes the game more distinct than other Call of Duties, and it makes something fresh and new and tries something innovative, which Call of Duty desperately needs to do every year. I think the community needs to decide what they want. Do they want newer Call of Duty games with innovations, or do they want the same thing? Because when they get the same stuff, they complain that it's the same game every year. When they get the new stuff, they complain that they want the old stuff back. Well, if you don't like Black Ops 6, it's totally okay to not like it. Well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys found this video interesting. If you did, consider subscribing. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.